We're live. Tyler's having a party on Saturday, and I just want the chat to answer the question. Just answer the question. Tyler's having a party, and I don't know if I like the food selection that's going to be at the party. So I'm asking, is it rude if I bring a sheet of lasagna to Tyler's party? We'll start with Q. How are you? That's Q, everybody.
I'm good. Good to be on the episode, man.
I really actually don't care how you are, but is it rude for me to bring a sheet of lasagna to Tyler's?
Yeah, you have to bring a level of food that matches the vibe. Like he can't be in there, with all steaks, grilling, and all that. You bring a charcuterie. Like you got to bring something that matches the vibe of the atmosphere. So
you don't.
Like,
so all right. So
chicken, you good.
Is that a political stance? Q doesn't believe in diversity. Good to know.
Yeah.
Tyler, what about you?
For everybody that's wondering what Chris is talking about, it is my 1-year-old son's birthday party. Brooks.
Happy birthday, little man.
And he's turning 1, and we're having pulled pork and pulled pork sandwiches. And Chris doesn't like pork because I don't know.
Wait, what is it? You have some pork and came and talked to the boss? So you don't know that. You guys don't have that level of internet knowledge. Want to start with this just because it happened today and it was, I guess, meaningful in the Ohio State world. Did you guys know that Ohio State men's basketball is a top 10 most watched college basketball team in the country?
No.
That's a hate watch from their own fans.
Dead ass. Not only are we ass, but we're top 10 most watched and we're ass.
Jesus.
And it's so crazy because, here we go. Obviously, today they played TCU, and the TCU center before the game, whatever punch, said, "Oh, yeah, we beat them 9 out of 10 times." And I thought it was like one of those things that we're like, oh, he's talking. And not only did he say that, Tyler, you know who he said it to?
No.
He said, we beat Ohio State 9 out of 10 times. He said it to the Columbus Dispatch. Think about how much of an asshole you got to be to talk to another team's beat and tell them how y'all are about to beat them.
That's some serious belief. I mean,
that's crazy.
That is.
He also probably watched the film and probably watched the stiffest white dude of all times. Like that's the guy that's going to guard me.
I guess so.
I mean, if you're going to be white and play basketball at Ohio State, you better be able to shoot. And neither one of the two white dudes they put on the court today could shoot.
It's a prerequisite.
How is me bringing lasagna to the party any different than white boys that can't shoot coming to the basketball court? How is that any different?
I mean, first of all, I don't even know where to go from here.
That's a ridiculous question.
I'm just asking. Are we making a political stance? Q doesn't even like Ohio State basketball. Q likes. Wait, Tyler. How well do we know our company mate?
I believe Q is a Maryland basketball fan.
He got it.
Are you guys even in the tournament? Because I clicked through some shit, didn't see y'all.
I remember 2 Maryland basketball players in my lifetime. Steve Blake and Juan Dixon.
Of course, open up with a white guy.
Steve Blake is not white. It is just a wrong pigment. Steve Blake is insane.
So funny enough, I have my old basketball trainer. His name is Tommy Adams. He actually had super beef with Steve Blake because he took his spot in the NBA. Like he got a spot that he didn't in the league. So he's always like, man, I hate Steve Blake. He's not a good player.
I heard there's some crazy stories about Steve Blake.
Bro, Steve Blake, didn't he punch somebody at practice? Like it went super left, super quick. He punched like a 6'9" dude.
I mean, if it came out that Steve Blake killed somebody Aaron Hernandez style, would you be surprised?
I would be scared because I feel like I see Steve Blake at the grocery store.
Because he went to Maryland. We only raised high citizens there. We have no killers on the roster.
But anyway, I don't want to get too derailed. I anticipate this would happen because we all have had unhinged days, I think. But Bruce Thornton finishes his career at Ohio State as the all-time leading scorer, but no moments, no March Madness moments, no March Madness win. And while you do feel for him, I wish you would have shot more during this game. Like this is potentially your last game that you're playing in an Ohio State uniform. You are, hanging up in the rafters, Ohio State level player, and you were very, very passive for most of the tournament. I mean, most of the one game in the tournament. You guys ended up getting bounced by TCU. Magical runs over. I know people are gonna, want Diebler out of there. I don't know what the answer is, but it is crazy that again you're a top 10 most watched team in America, and for another year you are a massive disappointment.
I mean, Bruce Thornton. When you think of Ohio State basketball, is Bruce Thornton even going to be the first 6 names you think of?
I think maybe right now, but it's going to be a great trivia question in 10 years.
Yeah.
That's going to stump a lot of people.
Greg Oden, Mike Conley, Jared Sullinger.
I mean, JJ and Jared, both of them.
Yeah.
D'Lo.
Evan Turner. Who had the best NBA career of all of the Ohio State players in the last 15 years?
Mike Conley.
Got to be Mike Conley, right?
Yeah, easily.
Considering he's still playing basketball,
he's still doing it. It's like Jonathan Hankin. It's like, he's just out there forever, and never a liability too.
I just want to reiterate the fact that John Calipari wanted the Ohio State job.
Yeah, and Dusty.
John Calipari said out loud on a microphone, was like, "Yeah, I would have loved to be at Ohio State."
Mm-hmm.
But I don't see how you don't make that higher. But if he wants to come to Maryland, we'll take him.
I mean, you could do. I mean, just the amount of cachet that John Calipari. I don't care. Can you imagine John Calipari and Ryan Day in the same meetings?
That'd be awesome. I mean, two guys who want to desperately win no matter what, that almost it paralyzes them, but also like want to get guys ready for the pros. And like, I like Arkansas's team this year. I do. They're gonna have another top 10 draft pick. But I guess I didn't want to say this early. Look, we care about your brackets. So let me know who's in your Final Four, and let me know your one surprise team because you guys both filled out brackets, right?
Yeah, I filled out one.
I did not. Maryland's not in. I'm not doing a bracket.
Damn.
I hope someone slashes your tires.
It's a stance I've had for a long time.
You are the biggest college basketball fan in the company, and you didn't fill out a bracket?
I was mad. I was like, I'm done with this season.
All right, Marcus Freeman, take your ball and go home then.
All right. Q thinks this shit's funny. You didn't do a bracket?
Who's your Final Four, Chris?
I actually have no clue. Did
you make one?
I made 2, actually.
All right. I had all the number 1 seeds in the Final Four.
That is
again.
That's just don't fill out a bracket next time.
I saw a video that there's some efficiency rating that when a team finishes the year over 35, I forget what the efficiency rating is, like what the specific stat is, but they're going through it, and there's been 8 teams going into this season that have had the rating of 35 or higher, and they have all made the Final Four. Okay. Every single time. This year, there were 4 teams with the rating of 35 or higher. They were all the number 1 seeds. So I was like, run it.
All right. Quick question. Did Duke scare you today?
I mean, no. They scared everybody.
Well, I mean, yes and no. It's like, yes, in the sense of like they almost got beat by the same 5 players from some little school in Michigan. But I also think it's a bunch of young kids that probably went into that game like, we're going to win by 50 points.
Yeah, they did the number 1 seed thing. They snoozed in the first half.
The 19-year-olds facing the 27-year-olds.
Right. Guys with AARP cards. I have Illinois, Michigan State, BYU, Arkansas as my Final Four.
Well, you got all kinds of fucked up shit going on in your bracket.
What do you mean?
I mean, BYU.
They have the number 1 overall pick. AJ.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll see if he's consistent throughout this tournament.
Yeah, you gonna see.
I'm gonna see. You're right. You already called it, so you good.
Oh no, that's not BYU over Arkansas. That's BYU over Akron. I do have fucked up shit going on in this bracket. I just saw the AKR. My bad.
You think Texas Tech? You think Akron's gonna take out Texas Tech?
100%.
Dude, what do you think?
They're gonna cruise past them.
I don't know. I could see an upset, but just because Chris is from Akron, I'm gonna go Texas Tech.
I'm from Akron.
That's just because both of you are from Akron. I'm definitely going Texas Tech. Double it down.
I think I took Texas Tech, to be honest with you.
Why? So you guys really aren't real patriots.
I want no one's teams in there because my team is not playing. That's how I feel.
Does it deflate you guys? I guess for the chat too. Does it deflate you guys that Ohio State lost early on? Like, do you even want to watch the rest of the tournament? Because I'm really into it just because I like the chaos and the stories, and I always fall in love with some random shooter from whatever state. I mean, I got Hofstra beating Alabama, so like I'm ready to fall in love.
Hey, what about your boy from High Point today?
My boy.
Boy, man, hit his first two. What's his name? Johnston. Dude, they took a 2 all season. That's he hasn't shot with a layup.
He hasn't shot a 2 all season.
Oh, the dude who just be chucking it. Yeah, me and Tyler aren't impressed by him. He's at the JCC every day. We've seen him before. That's the kid that, hey, you want to go back swimming? No, just shoots threes all day. We've seen him before. He walks with his bare feet on the court.
He literally doesn't step inside the 3-point line on either side of the court.
Bro, first 2 of the season was a game winner. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's because he stinks. And so growing up, they said, bro, don't come in the paint, bro. You smell bad. All right, dude. My bad, dude. All right, dude. Q's here because we're talking Ohio State football. Ohio State football on spring break. But obviously we're getting like notes and nuggets from the first couple of practices. I don't know if you like how Ohio State does their practices, but I like it. So Ohio State does their 2 practices without pads that are required as it's kind of an acclimation period before you get the pads on. They do the 2 practices, then they go on spring break, and then when they come back is when spring really starts. Tyler, Ron, and I argued for 45 minutes, and really it was me versus Ron and Tyler.
Time out. Do not include me. I was here, but I was not participating in the argument.
You were witness.
Yeah, Your Honor, I was just the jury. I did not commit the crime. And I guess I think I need to ask you, and if Q doesn't have a real answer, that's okay. But what's the one thing you want to come out of this spring for Ohio State?
I want to be confident my offensive line isn't going to get torn apart when we play like talent.
Yeah. Do you have a confidence level with that? Because me and Tyler, I don't know. Actually, I didn't even ask Tyler's confidence level about the offensive line improving this year. Do you have a confidence level?
I mean, I do. I just like I want us to hear that there are multiple competitions going on the offensive line.
Yeah. And we're not going to, I mean, obviously, like they rolled out the first 5, like the same 5 for whatever. But like, obviously, like there's no pads for the first 2 practices. So those first 2 offensive line practices, it's just yoga.
Yeah.
Q, let me ask you this question, and I want to mediate this. Do you think the offensive line position in college football is a recruiting position or a development position?
I feel like it's become more of a recruiting position, and I'll say this: when you're at Ohio State and the level like this, if you want to get the talent of the guys to be able to play at that level, I'm talking about a top 5 team in America, you're gonna have to pay for it. And we've been around a lot of these developmental prospects. A couple have worked out, some haven't, but it's like you got to get. Again, a guy like Austin Saraville, you feel like you're like, dang, all right, well, we're developing. He's a low-key story. And it's like, but you saw him when he ran into like town. It was like, oh, this looks a little bit rough. So I feel like in certain positions you can get away with it. But for the most part, I feel like it is a recruiting position. You want to have guys you're like, this guy could go pro if I develop him right now. Offensive line, I know it takes time, and obviously you get some guys that come out of nowhere, but I feel like Ohio State at times have like cheaped out on the offensive line position. It's like, yeah, that's going to catch up with you. And you added that to like, we go to play a team like Miami, and you're like, who spent a bunch on the offensive line and defensive line, and you're like, you can see the difference. So I think it has become a more of a money position.
So hold on, Chris. Q, let me ask you this question. Let me make a statement, and you can expand on this. Okay. What if I told you that in the last 3 national championship teams for Ohio State, at least 4 out of 5 offensive linemen were from Ohio?
I about that.
So to me, I think like I tend to lean Chris this way, not as heavy as Chris does, but like I tend to lean because I think how often do you see an offensive lineman come in as a freshman ready to play? Like it almost never, ever, ever happens.
Doesn't happen
unless out of necessity.
I mean, like Caden Proctor is like the only one I can even think of.
Yeah,
in the last like 5 years,
and also
in
with
a major program.
With Caden Proctor, did he get developed,
or was he just was he just the largest 18-year-old kid in the history of 18-year-old kids?
He was just big on big. NFL people don't think he can play.
Yeah, I mean, I think, and obviously the state of Ohio, you're gonna get at least a couple good offensive linemen a year to bring into that room. So it's not like Ohio is devoid of offensive line talent. And I'm not saying you got to go chase David Sanders and pay $15 million to go get him. I think there's enough talent in the Midwest area to where you don't have to pay necessarily the top dollar, but you can go and wrangle a bunch of top 200 players who you feel like are good enough to play at a top 5 school with development. Like, I don't think you got to go buy the best tackle in the nation every year in and year out. But I think there's enough talent where you can spend some money and obviously have a good roster going forward to where you're not like, oh, we don't have a tackle this season. The guys we brought in can't play. What are we going to do? Like, that should not be a problem at an Ohio State.
Yeah, I have no clue what side you're on after that second half explanation. I have no clue. I'm a developmental extremist, and I've always been that way. I think the most misevaluated position in the world for recruiting is offensive linemen. I think, for decades on decades, like the best offensive lines resided in Wisconsin, in Ohio, and in Iowa, even though the talent there in terms of stars was so low. Because look, I don't want my linemen doing the things needed to do to become 5 stars. I don't want you at a 7-on-7 camp. We don't care. Don't go. I want you outside milking cows. I want you, being a 300-pounder that can ride a BMX bike in the hood. I want you to have creases in your shoes. I want you to have dirt in your neck, and I want you to eat your meat raw. I don't care about the 5-star camps. Don't wear chains. No, not everybody has to be Trent Williams. The other part of it is, for me, I watched players that played really well on a national title team get worse with the guy that was the recruiter. So I'm so far development-wise that like no one will ever convince me elsewhere. And I used to be the 5, you got to get the 5 stars. But you know what changed my mind and like made me take a step back? Jackson Carman. Like Jackson Carman not being better than any tackle at Ohio State at any given moment told me that like, oh my God, this is so much about development. Go get the bodies and then develop them. I do have my concerns with Bowen because Bowen isn't an offensive line coach, which I don't know one wants to actually really talk about. So I'm a development guy over a talent guy, just because and this is going to be problematic. It is. The heartbeat of your team, generally speaking, has to do with culture. Culture has to do with the kids you get.
Yeah.
We talk about it, blue chip personalities. Look, if you want to be that guy, be the celebrity, be the prime, I got you. I don't want my offensive linemen to want to be celebrities. I really don't. And I'm okay with getting the under-recruited guys, that it's not going to be a circus every offseason because I just want to worry about developing them. So I believe in project offensive linemen because guess what? If you bring in a bunch of project offensive linemen, you don't have to play until they're seniors anyway. So roll it out that way.
Well,
I'll take the 22-year-old 4th and 5th year guy over the guy who's going to be a first rounder 3rd year guy if you only get that one guy for 1 year.
So, Chris, I think there's a line between like getting guys that you need to develop and reaching for guys. And I feel like Ohio State at times reaches for guys because the guys they want to get there, like, oh, we get this guy, we can develop him. They might be getting outbid for, or they might, not exactly want to go the length in the recruitment cycle. So, and then you get stuck in the portal where now you have to pay guys to come here, or or you might pay a guy who can't even play. So I feel like there's a line where like, no, you don't have to chase the guy that's wearing the towel and the arm sleeve, who's a 5-star and everybody knows about it. But there's plenty of guys who it's like, you're going to have to pay a little for, but this guy you can definitely develop. And then there's guys where it's like, well, he might be able to play in 3-4 years, and in 3-4 years, he's in the MAC. Yeah. And I think we get a lot of guys in 3-4 years that are in the MAC, and we're still looking around even this season like, do we have a tackle, or are we just relying on, last year, which is the definition of insanity, trying the same thing?
Yeah, I guess maybe more my point is it's like, if you have someone who's like, I guess I'm more thinking about like coaching staff rather than like overall philosophy. Because like Exactly, because I was okay when Justin Fry was landing like Carter Lowe's and Ian Moore's. I'm okay with that. A lot of people aren't okay with that, and so I guess that's the stance that I'm generally taking.
Q, do you think Austin Seerveld is a tackle? Because
No,
that's where the
No.
whole debate started.
No.
And so
No.
so we all agree. We all agree. So the question then became, is Austin Seerveld playing tackle because we don't have another one? Or is it because he's the best one? Which is, I think, two different things kind of saying the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm okay with Austin Seerveld playing right tackle. I think I don't love it, but I'm okay. I can understand it. I hate the left tackle Seerveld thing.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's playing tackle because we don't have another one. And that's a little more on Chris's development side of like, we got two guys, Ian Moore and Carter Lowe, that
Yeah.
were pretty highly rated when they came in. Why aren't they ready?
Well, Carter Lowe is a sophomore this year. He's a true sophomore.
Yeah,
And
so
I don't
last year, I guess, I wonder, like, did Zen Mahalski start at Indiana?
Yes.
He did, but when he left here, none of us were like, well, Zen's going to play here.
Yeah, maybe that's the issue.
If you had to choose right now, where would you go with your starting five?
It's hard because I feel like we're missing a tackle. Like, I think Carter Lowe is probably still a year away from being ready to play. Honestly, Ian Moore is the guy I've heard best about. If he is the best prototypical tackle on the roster, then I'm probably moving him to left and then moving Seerveld to right, moving Philip Daniels in, and there you go right there. There's your with Montgomery and Hensman. So that's probably where I would go if Carter Lowe isn't ready. But it's also too like we see freshmen across the nation play at decent sized school like Notre Dame, for example, and do it pretty well. Like just because he's a sophomore.
Hey, dude, that
doesn't mean
was crazy. I don't know if you remember that, Tyler. The
necessarily
Knapp
ready to
kid.
play.
Yeah, the Anthony Knapp kid was a true freshman when they made the Natty.
Yeah. I mean, just because he's a sophomore doesn't mean he shouldn't be ready to play. Truly, and I also too was like, we waited to see Paris Johnson tackle for
That's
3
what that
years.
blows me. I hate thinking about that.
And you're like, huh? Like you're telling me he couldn't play tackle as a sophomore? Like,
Yeah.
be for real.
I mean,
Dude, the offensive line thing is gonna be like a really nauseating discussion until we see them on the football field because we all left the season with such a bad taste in our mouth with the offensive line.
I just, in my opinion, I think Bowen should be coaching for his job this year. And I think if you're coaching for your job, you can't go out doing the same shit that got you in this situation to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
There has to be something different. Something has to change, or the competition has to be there. We want to hear that Ian Moore and Deontay Armstrong are playing tackle and they're pushing guys, or that Carter Lowe is in the mix. Like, I want to hear like there's like 9 guys trying to get into the best 5. That's what I want to hear.
It's so weird because I think our whole season relies on it. So there's going to be a hyper fixation. Like, obviously, like we all want Julian Sand to like get tougher and like run a little bit more. But like our whole season kind of relies on getting this offensive line block down the stretch. And like if they're bad against Texas, we'll chalk it up to, oh, well, it's early in the year. And then we won't really. I mean, no, I guess there will be the checkmark games this year. So we'll have a better idea of how good they are.
Yeah, there's going to be plenty of like talented games this year.
Yeah. So like we'll get like the check marks.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you. Tyler Bowen should be coaching for his job, and I'm very surprised at both things. One, that I'm not surprised Bowen lasted another year, but coming off what Justin Fry had with the same talent, I mean, that's a very alarming. Maybe Arthur Smith will get it right, but also too the fact that you're right, we don't know of any competition right now happening in the room. And they also brought no portal guys in, so we don't even have hope of. It's not like a guy came in and like, well, he's going to play like we feel in the secondary. It's like, or he's going to have a mix in. Like we don't know. It feels like the same, rolling the same 5 out there with the same coach, and they're automatically just supposed to get better.
Well, we also won't know until pads come on because right now they're just doing hula hoop classes. Like we're not actually doing anything. We're just pretending. I mean like other schools, like you're seeing David Sanders like plant guys, and I see Ohio State fans freaking out about that. But right now we're just we're just at the beach, no pads on or anything. So,
but Chris, how truthful are we going to get out of the offensive line leaving out this spring? Because if we rewind to last spring, it was like, oh, Justin Fry left, but he left a boatload of talent. You got 10 guys that look like they can play, and we didn't have 5 that could play.
Ethan and Jan was gonna push for all Big Ten.
Oh, I drank the Kool-Aid. I was in. I said I was not worried.
We were getting lied to like they do in the movies. Like the propaganda PR team that Ethan and Yama had, biblical.
It was the video of him doing smelling salts.
Literally, no. Did we see not one rep? We didn't see not one rep, but we saw him and I mean, we hate smelling salts. Also, like, why you doing smelling salts before the game, bro?
Have you ever done smelling salts?
Yeah, actually. Before
Q, you're missing out, man.
Me?
No, Q said no.
I'm apparently missing out.
Dog, I did them before a rugby game. I cried for the first like 5 minutes of the game. I couldn't get it together, bro.
I'm also a person who doesn't drink coffee, so
dude, smelling salts.
I threw the fastest pitches of my life on smelling salts.
Maybe something to it. Maybe in my next 3-on-3 tournament, I'll hit some smelling salts before the game. We'll see.
I mean, I definitely have my hardest tackle off the smelling salts, but boy, I was hurting the next day. I actually wanted to quit rugby the next day after smelling salts hitting somebody. Because what was I doing? Let me paint the stage for you, dude. We're at B-Dubs, Bowling Balls, backfield. You know, you're familiar with the fields over there, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's real pretty. Like, I got like the nice dorms around, whatever. I hit some smelling salts. I'm playing safety. I'm never supposed to fly up and make a tackle. My job is just the safety net at the end. Smelling salts. I thought I could see everything, man. I was like, all right, I'm just going to be like lane deficient. Run as fast as I can. And I don't know why I thought I could spear somebody with no pads on or anything. Made a great tackle. Got up, started yelling. Dude, my left knee, my lower back, and my neck just started hurting immediately at halftime. Hated my life. Made the tackle though.
Smelling salts are like they're like the Limitless drug. You know that movie Limitless? Where
it's the
Limitless drugs for athletes.
Dude, it's crazy, bro. Like you feel like you have ultra instinct.
So my boy in college, my boy Gabe, he said he used to in high school, he used to take Adderall before hoop games, and he said the hoop would look like it was like 2 feet wide. That's how locked it was.
Cocaine and LSD.
Yeah, he was not doing Adderall. Good brother, he was on the hard stuff. I hate to break it to you. Your friend was doing coke.
Oh, keep it for the game.
Anyway, now that we know Q has a cokehead friend out there hooping, coked up hooper. He had Lawrence Taylor out there playing basketball. The hoop looked 2 feet. Why'd you only have?
No, Lawrence Taylor was doing crack. It was not cocaine. It was crack.
Yeah, I need Don B to chill out. I was Professor Snape 2 years ago. Don't disrespect me.
Fun fact: you dressed up as Megan Fox for Halloween 2 years ago. What's
the
your
BBL? The BBL Megan Fox or just the regular Megan Fox?
I was not just Megan Fox at all.
Q, you know, you should go as this year. You should go as BB Hell, the rapper.
That's great.
It go pop, pop, pop. It go pop, pop, pop. That's BB Hell Q. Start the show. Q was late.
I was late. I'm gonna wear it. Hand up, accountability.
Bro, it's not February. Q can be late. We can give that to him.
Oh man.
Ben Vargo, member for 6 months. Holy smokes. How was the Laheni? And is the king still in you? I did have my king was in me earlier. You guys never had Hennessy?
No, I don't drink Henny. I think all black people should stop drinking Henny. I'll be honest. We gotta stop acting like it's good. And I'm firmly standing on this. I'm on this side.
Is Q? Is that your hear me out?
That's definitely my hear me out. Black people need to stop drinking Hennessy and acting like it's good. It is not. It'd be like, yeah, but if you mix 14 things with it, it's like, yeah, if you mix 14 things with cyanide, it's good.
I can't participate.
I hope you get to heaven and Malcolm X spits on you.
You think Malcolm X actually drank Henny?
I hope he spits. I hope he takes
for real.
I hope he takes a sip of Henny and I hope he spits right on you. Anyway, I can't believe that shit.
Honestly, if the Black Panthers were really still relevant, they would stop Henny early on.
You think Henny's a CIA experiment?
It should be. Those Negroes will drink anything.
Okay. bro, Tyler can't even say anything. He's just like stuck.
That voice that you just did, Q, was perfect.
How you got the 1950s? How you got the 1950s deep inside you, bro?
Flying off the shelves.
Well, comedy hour. I'm not like somebody want to run down tonight.
Yeah, dude. From Hennessy to switches, man. The CIA does great work. But I like Hennessy. Like I really do.
What do you have it with? Or you have it straight?
So earlier today I did just Lehenny neat, and then I did Lehenny and Coke for when I was sipping on it.
I feel like if you have Coke with anything, it's probably solid.
Yeah, I mean it was the Lehenny, not just the Henny.
Yeah, interesting fact. This is awful,
God,
but you know what I found out about Coke? Coke is the only company in the U.S. that's legally allowed to import coca leaves, like the ones you make cocaine out of, and that's where their soda tastes different than everybody else's. They've had this deal forever.
All I know about Coke is that Pablo Escobar used to sneak his cocaine inside Coca-Cola and export it to America. True story.
The only thing I know about cocaine is that it was first marketed as a health drug.
That too.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, Posh, thanks for being a member for 6 months. Q is awake. Miss you and Ron, Dinner Sports Crew. Tyler and Chris, keep doing you. Go Bucks. Yeah, we've been putting out a lot more content right now. I'm trying to stay studied up. I think I'm going to do a national video. I did do a video this morning, guys, and I want to ask you both, if you were a Michigan fan, what does success this year look like? If you had to define success.
If I was a Michigan fan?
Yeah.
I don't even know what the fuck that feels like. I don't want to know what that feels like.
I mean, what should Michigan fans look back and be like, yeah, this is a successful year?
Well, am I thinking of Michigan as like what I think they think their expectations are, or what I'm just
No, this is our job to kill their expectations because they think they're going to make the playoffs and be a great, great team.
I don't think they're making the playoffs. I think the best they can do is 9-3. The very best they can do is 9-3.
And that could honestly, but that's close to a playoff team. They might make the playoffs 9-3.
Yeah, probably 9-3.
No. This is the real expectation. This would be outstanding for Ohio State.
This is the answer I gave this morning I've been doing the morning listens. The only measure of success is can you make it not a year, but can you make it a singular football season with no scandals?
I don't want to see you on the New York Times, the Washington. None of them. I don't want to see you. None of them.
I don't want to see you trying to meet up with a 13-year-old girl. I don't want to see you hack Sally's nudes. I don't want to see you gooning with OnlyFans girls. I don't want to see guns in the car. I don't want to see anything.
Weed in the locker room.
Yeah, weed in the locker. I don't want to see none of that. No scandals. If you go 7-5 with no scandals, great year. Think about that. We're saying that about a blue blood. We don't even care about the wins anymore. Can you guys stay off the evening news?
Stay off. I don't want to see you on CNN on a Wednesday.
Right. Like, dun-dun-dun, breaking news.
Damn. Do they still have Outside the Lines?
No, they got rid of it. Outside the Lines would have made $1 trillion with the Michigan stuff. They would have made $1 trillion.
It would have just been a Michigan Outside the Lines. It would just been, well, we're here in our weekly stay here in Ann Arbor, Michigan.
Literally would have been called Inside Ann Arbor. They would have a long-term Airbnb. They would have someone just living on campus.
Oh my god, bro! ESPN used to have some great shows that they got rid of. Y'all ever see that show? It was like a guy and a girl. And they used to go to the biggest game of the week and go there and try the local foods and just go out every weekend before the game. I forgot what that show was called, but I was like, man, when I grow up, I want to do that.
You would choose the most bizarro outlier ESPN show to aask us if we've ever seen.
All they did was go eat and party every week at college football's biggest game.
I can tell that's your hero.
Another life, man. Lord, I've seen what you've done for others.
No, but back to the original question.
Yeah, what does success look like?
I think 9-3 is their ceiling.
Okay.
Because do you believe that Kyle Whittingham brought in a quarterback whisperer to fix Bryce Underwood?
Do you want my early take on this?
Sure.
I don't think they're is a quarterback whisperer. I don't even think he's going to attempt to fix Bryce Underwood. You know what he's going to do? Like, wow, we have a 6'3", 6'4" athlete with wheels. I can't wait to run you into the ground. I've been at Utah for how long? How many quarterbacks did he have drafted at Utah, Tyler?
None, because he had Mormon Jesus over there for about 18 years.
Tyler, Urban Meyer left and went on a tour and coached everybody in the world. Whittingham had a grand total of 0 quarterbacks even drafted. All that time being good at Utah, and they couldn't even scrounge up anybody. Guess what, dog? Bryce Underwood, welcome to the battering ram. Every quarterback out there, you better learn how to run a 4.7 at least. Look, Cam Rising wasn't fast, but guess what? Quarterback power. But coach is 3rd and 8. Awesome, we'll run it twice.
I mean, how old was Cam Rising, bro? That was insane.
25.
He was old, and guess what? And was Cam Rising was not a dual threat guy. You know where they got him from? You know where Cam Rising went to college at first?
No.
They took him from he hit the portal from
I should
Texas.
know. Him and I went to college at the same time.
Yeah, y'all are both old as hell. He was at Texas. He transferred from Texas to Utah, and they said, your dreams of becoming a pro quarterback over. We're gonna run you into the ground. They are going to run Bryce Underwood unlimited times.
I can believe it. I mean, if you're gonna win games, I mean, I'm looking at the schedule right now. You got Oklahoma, Oregon, Ohio State have to win, and Indiana. Yeah,
Dude. I mean, think about what school of coaching, what school of offense is Whittingham from?
Old Urban Meyer.
And guess what? Urban went to Florida, ran Tebow into the ground. He accidentally became a 1st-round pick because he was famous. JT Barrett ran him into the ground when Cardinal Jones was a better quarterback, and then they couldn't even commit to a full year of that offense. Like, Whittingham ran Cam Rising into the ground. Every quarterback that plays for Utah gets hurt. All of them. That's why. They're not going to try to develop into a passer. It's going to be the JT Barrett offense at Michigan this year. Guarantee it.
We know how to beat that.
No, yeah, we know how to beat that. And also, you got to play us at the end of the year. Boy.
You walk out there, 2 casts.
About to be looking like Haynes King. Piss and blood after the Georgia game.
Yeah, I don't see it. I'm
just like, isn't it crazy that Utah's been, and it's not like Utah's been a bad team. They've been great. You couldn't name me one Utah NFL quarterback.
No. Alex Smith is the last one.
And guess what? That was Herbs.
I know. That's what
and that only happened. And that only happened because he was only the number 1 overall pick because Aaron Rodgers was an asshole and nobody wanted him. I don't know if you guys remember that draft. That's what happened.
Yeah,
I do. People thought Aaron Rodgers was more talented, but every GM was like, "Wow, I hate this kid." And so they were going to be number 1, number 2 overall pick. They said, "We'll just take Alex Smith because we like the kid." And then Aaron fell to like the 20th pick.
Yeah, it's 24.
Yeah. Shout out Cobe.
What a time.
I got this one. Cade Carter, thanks for the 5. Bro, that O-line has to be better this year by about 5,000 miles, dog. Smelling salts had them nose hairs burning while in the gym. Bro, smelling salts, like, it feels like you are sniffing in knives.
Jesus.
But then you get super strength.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
I kind of agree with that. It's a good way of putting it.
Honestly, we should do them honestly, we should set a goal. We'll bring you back to in 1 month and I'll send it to your house, smelling salts. And if we hit a goal of like 50 super chats, you'll do smelling salts on the show. How about that?
I'll be down for that.
Cool. Well, that was easy. Tyler, I was prepared to go up to 100 super chats. He said,
I'm just
3 super chats? I'll do it.
Set the goal well. I'll do it. If it's reasonable, I don't get 1 super chat, I'm not doing it. Gotta earn it.
Bro, you had the Hodge twins talking about Sharon Moore being a gooner. Did I really?
Gosh, I haven't seen the Hodge twins in so long.
I don't even know who that is.
They were bodybuilders and now they're political streamers.
Yeah, they turned political comedians, I guess. They're still funny, but
yeah, they're huge. They're like 6'5", and they're both like The Rock.
Are they 6'5"?
I mean, I hope.
I don't think
I hope, because I'll say
they're
it, bro.
big, but I don't think they're tall.
Oh, because the scariest thing for me are like people that are buff beyond belief that are under 6 foot.
Yeah, that is kind of scary.
Yeah, definitely scary. I do have a lot more that I want to talk about, guys. My bad. All right, I want to ask the same question that I just asked for Michigan, for Penn State. What does success look like in year one of Campbell? And who do you expect to be better first, Michigan or Penn State? Start with Tyler.
Well, the issue is there's a big scheduling gap in between those two programs. Like, you got Michigan's schedule, which is a real schedule, and then you got Penn State's schedule, which is, I don't even know what that is.
I mean, they have the same win total as Ohio State per Vegas.
Yeah. I mean, I think a successful year for Penn State with year one of Matt Campbell would also be 9-3.
Mm-hmm.
I think winning 9 games and like being in the mix and like being in the like going into the last 2 or 3 weeks, they're like, Penn State might sneak into the Big Ten championship game.
Dude, I think they could be a playoff team if everything falls their way. Here's their Big Ten schedule, Tyler. Wisconsin, win. Northwestern, win. USC, loss. Michigan, we don't know. And then the rest of it, Purdue, Washington, Minnesota, Rutgers, Maryland. You're legit looking at a team that you can squint your eyes and see them winning 10 games.
Yeah. I mean,
like,
if they
what a
win
blessing.
10 games, they're probably in the playoff.
And if you're James Franklin, bro, all you had to do was survive one more year. Then you would have got this schedule. No Ohio State, no Oregon. Like, all you had, like, the first time you could escape all of it. And the Gooner Fest blew up Michigan. All you had to do was survive last year, and you would have had a schedule that would have got you an extension. This schedule gets you an extension.
It does. There's nobody on this schedule. Jesus.
It's like one of the worst Big Ten schedules I've ever seen.
It is. No, it is.
And this is like one of my issues I have with like one of the issues I have with like college football and like how the playoff works, blah, blah, is because of the scheduling, but that's for another day.
Yeah, but here we go. Wait a second. I got to balance out the scale. I still think this is a tough schedule looking nationally. Big Ten's a tough conference. Minnesota's tough out. Washington, tough out.
Things get weird when you go to Maryland.
Yeah, things get weird at Maryland. Rutgers, they got, NFL receiver. So, yeah, while it is a soft Big Ten schedule, it's still nationally look at it. It's
I
like,
did
wow.
say that it's a bad Big Ten schedule. That's what I said.
Yeah. I just wanted to make sure that we
because that still
it.
might be the worst Twitter Spaces take of all time. Before Penn State went to Auburn, they were like, things get weird when you go to Auburn. You go over that hill. And I'm like, yeah, it did get weird. They won by 40. How weird quick.
Honestly, dude, like, Auburn fans are delusional. Like, worse than Michigan fans.
Oh, God. Spread the lore, man. Spread the lore.
What about you, Q?
Is Auburn harder to get into than Alabama, you think? Or other way around?
Wait, what do you mean?
Like, academically, is it harder to get into Alabama or Auburn? What do you think?
I could wipe my ass and throw that on an ACT paper and get accepted into both schools.
Yeah. That's what I heard. SEC schools, they're so big that it's like you can just walk in there.
Dog, literally, like, so big. Like, if you get 1A from 5th grade on, you're guaranteed acceptance. If you get 2, you get an academic scholarly.
I do know that Georgia is a difficult place to get into. Georgia is similar to Ohio State academically getting into. I got family there. I just know. They've told me it's like Ohio State.
Well, here we go. It's hard to get into unless you're a black, big All-American that drives over 75 miles per hour in a school zone. Then it's easy.
It's hard to get into unless you drive under 80.
It's a different application.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So what is the speed limit in the school zone? 45. You're in.
You're in.
Well, definitely this schedule at Penn State is ridiculous. That the fact they put that together. As far as who will be better first, I kind of hate to say it. I think Michigan will bounce back first before Penn State.
It's wild because, like, I think Michigan's a more solid football team, but I think Penn State's going to be better next year and win more games. To Tyler's point about the scheduling, but here we go. The real question is, whose quarterback is better next year? Rocco Beck, the kid from Iowa State, or Bryce Underwood, the kid who told us that Michigan doesn't develop quarterbacks?
Better how?
Better college quarterback.
because I think if you were to take your glasses off and clean them and then put them back on, they're probably the same.
It's weird because it's like Korean barbecue versus like Memphis barbecue. Like it's both barbecue, but I'm getting 2 different meals. But I'm full at the end of it.
That was a crazy comment.
Your comparisons are ridiculous. Where do you come up with this shit?
God forbid a nigga talking about some food.
Oh,
I'm just saying, bro.
look, I want to buy
like here we go. Rocco Beck to Bryce Underwood give you the same amount of calories. They just taste different. Pause.
I want to buy some stock in Bryce Underwood. I mean, he's a 5-star coming to the Big Ten. He's got to be good, right? for the narrative.
I mean, we could do the narrative stuff. I mean,
Rocco Becht is also is of age to have children while trying to have children. Like it's okay for him to try to have children. He's been in college football for so long.
Yeah, like 22 years old.
Yeah, like Bryce Underwood is significantly more talented physically than Rocco Becht, but like
100%. But physical talent isn't always it. It's older and experience, right? Like Rocco Becht at 24 went 11-3. With 3,500 passing yards and 300 rushing yards, and then followed it up with like a down year last year, but they lost a ton of talent. Like we're talking about somebody who's already played 42 games. Like that's like someone that's played 42 games going into that schedule.
Here's the better question. If you switched the teams with the quarterbacks, if Rocco went to Michigan and Bryce went to Penn State, who would have a better record?
I'm not even going to hold you. I think if Rocco Becht went to Michigan, they are 10-2. Is Absolutely. He not Cam 100%. Rising? Is he not just Cam Rising, but 100%. Italian?
Yes. Yeah.
Sold.
I'd buy that.
You buy the Korean barbecue?
I'd buy the Korean barbecue. Salad rice.
I'm glad we're there. Q, this part of the show, I don't know if you are comfortable with, but this is where we talk about ourselves. We call it, we listen and we don't judge. So we're going to start with you. You say something really, really embarrassing about yourself, and then we listen and don't judge, and then Tyler will go, then I will go. So go ahead.
I work for Chris Drew.
Oh, Christ, spare me. Anyway, that's not even a real segment, but what I will say is
it's not a real segment.
I just wanted to see if he would just like say something crazy, because if he did, I would just stop. I would just, if he would have said something,
I have never seen the show before.
Tyler, if he would have said something really embarrassing, you know what I would have done? I'm Chris. That's Tyler. He would have said something bad, I would have ended the show right then and there. It would have been over. No, this is the part of the show where we talk about the Browns. So feel free to chime in as whatever you can. Tyler, I don't know if you saw this, but Monroe Freeling. You know what? Actually, scratch that. We have a rule change being presented by the Big Ten, and I want to get both your thoughts on this because I thought it was interesting. Tony Petitti is presenting a provision in the revenue sharing deal, and you'll like this, Tyler, that is like the bird rule in basketball, essentially giving teams freedom that agree to the revenue sharing split. Those teams can go over on their salary cap if they're retaining a player. Do you like this or not?
Wait. Say that again, but like dumb it down.
So Tony Petitti's proposing a deal that if you are retaining a player that you signed out of high school, you can go over the salary cap to keep them.
Oh, okay.
So you can use like normally it's $20 million revenue sharing, and anything other than that, you have to send to the clearinghouse and they have to approve the deal. But this rule is proposing that if you are retaining a player that you signed out of high school, you can give them more money out of your revenue sharing without having to approve it.
Interesting. I think that definitely puts a premium back to, if this rule gets enforced, it puts a premium back on high school recruiting again.
Bingo. That's the big thing.
And so that goes in favor of Ohio State. You know, puts things back on a more I wouldn't say level playing field, but a more structured playing field, because high school recruiting is definitely more structured than transfer portal. Like it's like the transfer portal is like it's like the purge. Like there's all crime is legal for 24 hours.
That's a great way to describe it. It's insane.
I think I'd be in favor of that. I think that's really interesting for sure.
Because you know what the issue is, and I'm gonna actually, Q, do you want me to like really nerd out about this before you or after you give your thoughts?
Yeah, nerd out real quick. I need to grab my charger. So
okay,
nerd out.
that's fine. So Tyler, this is where I think it's really fascinating. Right now, the CSC is evaluating who gets these big deals. So like this. If a kid didn't play last year and they're trying to give somebody a $5 million deal because of a kombucha deal, what's the CSC going to do? They're like, no, you're not going to give this deal. But if the revenue sharing goes up and it's a really, really good player, you can just pay them more of the revenue share instead of having to go get a deal cleared. What that would do is let you go over the salary cap. So if you sign a guy like Bryce West, like Aaron Scott, you can keep them over the next year without worrying about the salary cap.
Right.
I think that is a great thing. I think that helps Ohio State. I think that 100% puts the premium back on recruiting, because now I know they had a big transfer infusion, but what was the nucleus of the Ohio State national title team?
Returning players. That was the big thing that we defended ourselves on. It was like they spent $20 million on their roster. I was like, we spent $20 million on our players.
It's to retain them because everyone's trying to poach them.
We didn't go and get new players. We didn't we did go get Caleb Downs and Quinshon Junctions. I mean, we got like 5 guys.
Yeah.
We didn't overhaul our roster. We paid $20 million to keep the guys that we thought were good enough to continue to play here.
Yeah, like
and the thing about NIL that was supposed to, the good parts of NIL was supposed to be to keep a kid, instead of going to the NFL and being a 3rd round draft pick or a 2nd round draft pick, you can get paid to come back and then get better and then go be a 1st rounder. That was supposed to be the best part of NIL. That was what the entire thing was for, not to just go and pay some slapdick in the transfer portal because he was good at, some school that nobody's ever heard of. I'm probably going to reference offensive line a lot, over the course of the summer and whatnot. But to me, if an offensive lineman is in the portal, there's a reason why, because nobody's letting a left tackle go. They're going to pay him whatever it takes. And if you recruited that kid, you can pay him a bunch of money now to stay. It's like the same thing in the NFL. When a team trades a bag of chips and funds the team's vending machine for a right tackle, that right tackle is ass.
Yeah. It's like, that car's broken down. Why are you selling it?
Right. So it's like this rule, and I really wonder what the SEC would think about this. Because if you look around the SEC, and there's a couple Big Ten teams that do this as well, but there's a lot of revolving doors of transfer portal got teams in the SEC. And how are they going to feel about it? Lane Kiffin would probably hate this rule.
No, he would. I think he's really hurt by this rule.
Yeah.
Because if we don't have to go back and forth with the CSC and we can just offer players that are about to play a lot of money because we signed them, that's a huge win for us.
Correct.
I don't know if you have anything to add, Q. If not, it's okay.
No, I mean, I'm with it. I think that's the greatest part about the recruiting. You work so hard, and now when players get to where they're at market value and you're trying to keep them on your roster. Now, my one question would be, how many people are abiding by the salary cap? Is that still things I like?
Well, everybody's abiding by the revenue sharing salary cap.
Yeah, they're just adding other money on top of that.
Yeah, and my thing is, if you're giving teams that recruit the right way a legal path to add money, that's still a good thing.
Yeah, I would agree with that. No, I think it's all because Ohio State like that, who is going to recruit these players and get picked apart when they become market value worthy. And if they're not going over the salary cap, then it's definitely hurting their side. So I think it's good for Ohio State to be able to add that money and spend a little more.
I just want to throw this up here. Rod, you're right. There are the rare occasions. We prefer to follow the rule, not the occasions. But I just want to say this out loud. I'm cool on Jordan Seaton. I'm sorry. I'm cool. It's not my type, man. I don't want my lineman to act like a receiver.
I just like Jordan Seaton. Like I think
good player, but I'm
well,
cool.
it's not even that. It's just like the seriousness of how seriously are you taking your program? Because like I love Deion Sanders, the player that he was. I think he was fantastic. I think it was awesome. But like going to Colorado, like that shit is like nobody wants to say it, but like that shit was a charade.
Right.
He was coaching his kid. Like that's all that was. And like you took it seriously. You took your career and put it in the hands of that. Like going to that program, that's not taking your career very seriously. I'm out. Like I'm just like
I also don't like dealing with a bunch of street agents.
yeah, that too.
That's true.
Like that's like something that I like really don't like.
I mean, it's kind of funny when you have these recruiting decisions and you're like, you're going where? It's like, yeah, I don't know if I trust that kid when he does eventually hit the portal. Because why would you make that decision in the first place?
Yeah, but he could end up being a good player at LSU. I was gonna ask about Monroe Freeling at 6 to Tyler, and I guess I will ask that right now. He's kind of shot up boards, and like everybody has him like in that kind of going to the Browns at 6. That would concern me. I think Carnell Tate's the only like don't like I didn't mess this up pick.
I think you can trade back and get Monroe Freeling at like 12 if you really wanted to.
I think so too.
So if you want to trade back, if you want Monroe Freeling, I think you can trade back. If you want to take somebody, I think a lot of it depends on who's available. I've been going back and forth in my own mind a lot about like if you draft for need, are you missing out on
a
great
potentially
players?
Superstar player?
Are you missing if you draft for need and you miss? Are you missing like what's the ramifications of that? And it's like, man, like I would love to see Sonny Styles play linebacker for the Browns. Like I think it would make because to me, I don't think JOK is playing football ever again. Like the dude's neck broke on the football field.
He's not. It's done.
Like I don't know how you play football. So it's like, what would Caleb Downs look like in this defense? What would Carnell? I mean, it's just like there's a lot of different. What would it look like if what happens if Arvell Reese is available at 6 and you pair him up on the other side of Myles Garrett?
That would be
that's crazy.
That would be
but you're also going to you're going to be able to pick between David. You could have a chance. One of these 3 guys will be there at 6. David Bailey, Reuben Bain, or Arvell Reese. One of those guys will be there at 6.
Yeah, I wouldn't touch David Bailey, but Reuben Bain or Arvell or Sonny would be nuts.
So it's like I've been going back and forth, and like I've been on this kick where I want a left tackle, but it's just like, man, you think about it, and it's like, what happens if that left tackle is you missed, and you could have had all of these guys that turn out to be like really good, but you didn't even put them on your board because they played the defense. And that's scary to me.
That is scary. That's when you go Jeremiah Love.
Yeah. So it's just one of those things where it's where do you like you say Carnell Tate at 6. I think they're going to trade out of 6, to be quite honest with you. That's kind of where I think they're going, and now who they're going to take and where they trade back to will impact where I think who they pick.
Yeah.
But man. It just makes you wonder. Like
I wouldn't touch Monroe at 6.
No, I don't think you would have to. I don't think you have to reach that. I think that's a reach.
I think it's a reach too.
The only I think where I'm at now is I think if there's a tackle, like I'm taking Francis. I'm taking the kid from Miami at 6.
To me, that's where I'm at if he's available 100%.
The problem is they signed a right tackle, which I don't think they should stop them from drafting.
They'll move Francis to the left.
Could.
And I know they've got PTSD with that. I'm open to the idea of the Giants taking Francis.
I still think Arizona takes him.
To pair him up with PJ, it's just too perfect.
You have your left tackle, you have your right tackle. I mean, damn, bro. You have 2 10-year tackles, 2 decade-long tackles. Anybody could play quarterback behind that.
No, it's just too perfect. It's just too perfect. Q, do you have an NFL team?
The Ravens. So I don't want to see the Browns take anybody good. I really don't.
Bro, we got so many. You worry about one pick, bro. We got so many things we got to fix.
Are you excited to see Max Crosby play this year?
I don't want to hear it, bro. The Ravens have had possibly one of the worst off seasons I've ever seen. Jesus Christ. It's been rough, bro. It's just Ohio State needs to win to keep me happy. I got Maryland basketball. I got the Ravens. It's not a fun time.
I don't want to hear it. Yeah, I don't want to hear your fake sad story.
The Ravens are it's like
what do you mean? You got 2 Super Bowls that are supposed to be my teams,
bro. But I'm saying though, it's like dating that bad chick, but like you can never get her to be your girlfriend, and then she just disappears. It's like, oh, I'm in the game all the time.
How do you think the NFL works? You've gotten to see 2 Super Bowls, and you've gotten to see one of the most electrifying players, legendary players of all time.
I'm just saying, man.
Wait. Q. Outside of the Patriots, what team would be better for you to root for NFL-wise?
In the AFC.
I'm just saying, when you taste that champagne, it's hard to go back to the Kool-Aid. That's all I'm saying. It's hard to go back.
Ungrateful. Guess what? I've seen 2 Super Bowls in my lifetime. That's enough for me to die with. I'm good. Like, we did it.
I don't know.
It's the NFL. It's the NFL.
I understand.
Like, once I have a kid, I'll be like, all right, like, go. I'm not ever having kids. Who almost fumbled just trying to say it out loud.
When you have a kid, keep going.
Yeah, dude. Look at Ron, bro. Ron calling you out.
Oh,
bro, complaining with a franchise quarterback, bro. That's literally insane.
Not just a franchise quarterback, a 2-time MVP.
You literally have Mike Vick, and you're over there. It's like dating a bad bitch and not marrying her. Huh?
So we gotta get Lamar a ring.
No, you don't.
He ain't doing it.
You know what? Let's do hear me out. Actually, let's do Super Chats and hear me out. Based on your favorite teams across all sports, who are the teams you're supposed to hate but don't?
So I'm a little controversial about this one, but when the Cavs and the Warriors were going at it, I didn't hate the Warriors, man. I didn't. I hated Draymond Green, but I didn't I respected Steph Curry. I thought Steph Curry was cold as a motherfucker. I can't help it. I could not help it. Sorry.
Shit sucks, dude. I didn't hate the Warriors till KD went there. That was so lame.
Everybody hated the Warriors.
Yeah, that was so lame.
Well, yeah, that's true. But even now, when they even after the KD, those 2 years with KD were tough. That sucked. But I never hated Steph Curry.
Yeah. What about you, Q? Is there any team that you're supposed to hate that you don't hate?
I mean, I don't necessarily hate the Steelers. It's a dislike, but I don't hate them.
This is going to be controversial about me because I know how people know me as a loving individual. I actually hate everybody. I hate every team. So it's there's not a team I'm supposed to hate that I don't. Because I am a hater.
You don't hate the Red Sox, right?
Pardon?
You don't hate the Red Sox, right?
You said what?
You don't hate the Red Sox, right?
I'm talking to Tyler. I hate the Red Sox. I hate it. If you wore a Red Sox shirt, I would spit on my monitor where you're at.
You don't hate the Guardians.
I'm not supposed to hate the Guardians. Y'all never beat us in the playoffs. You guys are like the adorable puppy that doesn't bite. I love you guys. When I see you guys,
stop talking. Stop talking. You're gonna piss me off.
When I see the Guardians on my side of the bracket and we're about to play them, I go buy a bottle of champagne before game 1. I know we did it. Me and Tyler took me to an elimination game, which is actually crazy amounts of love and friendship. Tyler's a Guardians fan. I'm a Yankees fan. Tyler took me to an elimination game. And I wasn't bad, right? I was good.
No, you weren't bad. But then the Yankees won on a walk-off, eliminated the Guardians. And then Chris was like, I'm staying. I was like, no, you're fucking not staying.
Dude, someone walked by and said, I should throw a beer on you. I said, what?
Yes. And you were like, I'm going to stay. Some badass little kid running around in Yankees gear by himself.
Bro, Tyler was so grumpy, bro. The Uber picked us up.
It was so late, bro. The Uber took forever, bro. I was salty.
Bro, Uber took forever, picked us up, wasn't a baseball fan, and said, oh, did you guys get the result you wanted? And I'm in Yankees gear. He's in Guardians gear. I just I'm trying not to
Q, not only is he in Yankees gear, he's wearing an Odell Beckham Yankees jersey.
Oh my god, it's obnoxious. It's very obnoxious,
bro. He was so grumpy, bro. And wait, hold up. It gets even. There's so much lure here because I brought a little camcorder. Tyler was sick of that thing by the third inning.
Yeah, fucking shit out of my face,
bro. I kept turning it on. I was like, "How we feeling now?" It's the third inning. You said, "Bro, put that shit away."
Oh my god!
And you know who else was there? Q.
Oh, Pat was Pat there?
Yes. You know what time this game started?
What's up?
8 p.m. You know what this dude Pat had on?
What do you have?
The darkest sunglasses I've ever seen.
Oh my god!
and a Rick Vaughn Wild Thing jersey.
Oh, I know he had the wild thing,
bro, dead ass. And I don't mean this disrespectfully. He looked like a blind man.
His glasses were so dark.
They were so dark. I was like, bro, what happened? He said he lost his glasses the night before.
Oh my god!
At the game. So we had prescription dark ass sunglasses, man. That shit was hilarious, dude. That was actually the funniest. That was the funniest, bro.
So far.
And then Tyler would let me stay.
Quick question on this. Honestly, to be honest, with teams that you probably should hate, I always base it on the fan base. Like, how much do I dislike the people rooting for that team? That's always how I gauge my hate.
I can get behind that.
Because it's like the team, I'd be like, all right, they'll probably have a player that you like or a player that you respect. It's like, all right, cool. But the fans will make it, and they're in your ear, making it so much worse. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I always hated Michigan. They invented spaces. Oh, it went 20-fold the amount I hated Michigan. Like, honestly, I was like, wow.
Like, Michigan spaces made me want to commit crimes against some certain Michigan.
You're not worse than Miami spaces.
Oh yeah, no, that really made me hate Miami even more. Miami might be my most hated team right now,
bro. Whenever I go to Miami show, dude, I get called the craziest names.
I feel this way about Notre Dame.
I think Notre Dame fans are pretty. They're just.
I can't stand.
They teeter.
I can't.
They're like they're kind of mental, but they're not, bro. Miami fans are so mean to
Miami
me.
You, Chris, you said it so perfectly. You can't argue with a crackhead.
Yeah, bro.
You can't. You just there's no reason to.
Bro, you can't, dude.
But you know who I can argue with? I can't argue with some pompous kid wearing two polos that are popped that are both Ralph Lauren and their daddy's Beamer.
Yeah, like my dad will sue you. I like arguing with that kid. That's fair. Shout out the Notre Dame fans.
We don't get the recruits because we have academic standards. Whose fault is that?
Also, it's not true.
Sounds like a you problem.
Yeah, no one forced you to do that. Oh. Cade, thanks for the 5. Yeah, bro. If Rocco was on the team up north, he'd be the best to ever walk through the door. I agree. Better than Tom Brady.
Disrespectful to Chad Henne. Chad Henne was legit.
Okay. No, he wasn't. Mario Manningham made him. Do we have hear me outs?
Q, you have to have one. I have one.
Q, do you have a hear me out?
I have to brush up past my Hennessy take.
Oh, I mean that could be yours. All right, we'll go Tyler then.
So I was thinking about this. And because we ordered pizza the other night, and I was thinking about what did they do before GPS, bro?
Dude.
Like, how did they do it? Were they just in the car with a fucking map like a pirate?
Hey, MapQuest.
Brother, can I tell a crazy lore story, dog?
Well, let me get through and hear me out real quick.
Yeah.
But like, I think being a taxi driver, like not in New York City, like you're ordering pizza, you're got to take somewhere. Like, yeah, I live on 2027 Franklin Street. Like, where the fuck's Franklin Street at? How do I know that? Let me just pull out this map real quick and open it up. How did they do that?
Cross country.
Did you have to take a test to get hired?
Dude, this is blowing me because you know who the first person who I ever saw use GPS was? It was Tyler. You were the first person I ever saw use GPS. In the back of the church van on your phone, it had like the front face was like one little screen with a bunch of numbers, and you flipped it open. You said you paid, it was like $20 a month for GPS because before that, my mom would have to print out MapQuest stuff.
Yeah.
And I used to have so much anxiety the night before we were about to map quest somewhere because I knew we were going to mess it up.
Oh, and you knew you had to be the one telling her where to go because she can't read it.
No, dude, I broke down, bro. I would cry. If we had to map quest somewhere, I was sobbing the whole way there.
You know what? I'm going to take your word for it because you do have a steel trap memory.
Dude, I remember the exact phone you had. I just can't remember the name of it.
I remember GPS when it wasn't on your phone. You had the little device that you could like a lock seal to like your windshield, and it would tell you where to go. It wasn't on your phone. Didn't have apps at that point.
No, dude, bro, that's
I believe like there's no way they didn't like part of the interview to be like a pizza driver was like, where's everything? Where are they all at?
Yeah, dude,
had to be. You had to know where to go.
That's actually so scary.
Classic days.
That's actually so scary, dude.
Dang. I was thinking about it the other day when we got a pizza.
Yeah. Chris, I have another hear me out. It might
go. What you got?
Off the rails though. Okay. We
go.
Okay.
The crazier it is, the better it is, just so you know.
It's along the line with my Hennessy take. It's along that line. There needs to be an executive order to ban black filmmakers off of Tubi. I am tired of seeing these ridiculous.
No, that's
crazy, dude. Never seen the light of day. It is literally all like domestic violence and stereotypes,
bro. When I saw a clip, this black dude said, I can't see the spin one more time.
That's the one. I seen it yesterday. Tyler, have you seen that scene where the dude tells a girl do a spin?
No, I haven't. But I have been. Chris has been proud of me because I've been getting like into social media a little bit more and finding some of the darker spots of.
I gotta find. Don't tell him what the clip is. Yeah, I'm about to play this clip for him. Don't tell him what the clip is, bro. I gotta find it, bro. This was the craziest thing. Oh my god, bro! Black filmmakers have to chill.
It almost, honestly, I was drinking water at the time. It almost killed me.
Bro, help me find it, dude. Send me the tweet if you find it.
Oh my god. Hold on. Dude, I saw it on Instagram. Let me see if I can.
That is really the craziest. Oh my god, bro. Dude, Tubi movies must be stopped. I don't know if you ever surfed over to Tubi, Tyler.
No, I never heard of Tubi before, to be honest.
Oh my god, bro.
Bro, you have to see this.
We can't end the show till you see this,
bro. This clip.
If you're watching this episode tonight and if you're watching this episode back and you're still here, you are one of the realest of the Dead Air Sports fans.
Our closest friends.
Oh my gosh.
Damn, Don, damn.
Dude, I don't know how to find this clip, bro. I don't know how to find this clip. Oh my god. Honestly, that's what we need to do. We need to do a Tubi. We need to do a Tubi watch party.
Oh my goodness.
We're not gonna be able to find this clip, dude.
If we find it on Twitter, will it work?
Yeah. If you find it, I will absolutely play it. I cannot believe that. That's actually such a great take.
Bro, is it like we're talking about like short like reels type
of
creation?
We're talking about a full movie.
It's like a movie.
Oh.
Bro, Tubi films are actually like the CIA's greatest accomplishment.
It's worse than Coke in the 80s.
Yeah, dude, that shit is
crazy. Well, I'm a believer that black people do like reels and like Instagram reels and like way better than white people do it.
Dude, the black internet is just better. It's just funnier.
It is better. It's better.
Funnier, and it's just like more fucked up. And I know that like I'm gonna get upstairs and God is gonna be like, hey, look, I'm gonna let you in up here, but you really have to watch this 72 times. Why did you spread this? Like this was funny. Let it ride.
The 1-800 was happening guy.
Yeah. Or like Trey Rags, bro. The Trey Rags. I don't know if you ever seen Trey Rags. It's so funny, dude.
Bro, okay, I got the name. The name of the movie is True to the Game 2.
All right. Hold up, dude. Entertain Tyler while I find this. Oh my god.
Tyler, will you see this clip?
Bro, did you have the clip?
I have it, but it's on I have it on Instagram.
Send it. Just send it to me. Like just send me the link, bro. I got it.
All right, I'm about to send it to you right now.
I can't believe we're doing this.
It's must see TV.
Dude, my hot take wasn't even like my hear me out wasn't even that crazy, bro.
What is it?
All right,
It's
I
just
just sent it to you. I texted it to you.
Like if you're interviewing for honestly, bro, I have like a couple of them and they're all not that good. You texted it to me?
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude. Tyler, this is how we're gonna end the show, dude. I can't believe that I'm doing this. This is fraud.
Bro, I seen that, bro. I was flabbergasted. I've never seen the creativity to put this scene together. Honestly, we're gonna Tubi film. We're gonna Tubi films it, dude. Oh my goodness.
Are we gonna get in trouble for this?
No, it's like a 5-second clip.
We're not. Yeah, we're not getting in trouble for this.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, they need to stop. Now, honestly, I've seen stuff. I don't know if I've seen stuff as crazy. That is crazy, but I've seen a bunch of Tubi clips, and I'm like, brother, they need to stop. They need to put a ban on this right now.
North Carolina lost.
They did?
To my alma mater.
Lost to VCU.
The Rams.
Oh, James Harden got 21 points at the half.
All right, Tyler. I can't make it any bigger, bro. I need to make it bigger. You can see it, okay?
Sort of.
Think I'm fucking stupid. Let me say that one more time before I leave. I mean, that's the least you can do, right? Okay.
Why did he do that?
Let me see that dress one more time before I leave. I mean, that's the least you can do, right?
Damn. That was some sinister ass shit.
I'm Chris. That's Tyler. That's cute.
Can you play that one more time?